And we are back, folks, here on the Michigan Insider on Sports Talk 1050 WTKA, online at WTKA.com. We're live here inside the Suburban Chevrolet Make the Choice studios. That intro music should be very familiar to you by now, because when you hear it, that means that Marcus Ray is on his way, and he's got here doing it his way. M. Ray 29, how you doing?
Sam, good morning, man. I'm good, brother. I appreciate the kind intro.
Absolutely, absolutely. You deserve it, my man, as you are doing your thing, a Big Ten Network analyst. Now, and Marcus, I think that you are a resource because you have worn so many hats. So you're able to give us perspective on so many different levels. So I want to put you in a mindset, in a different. I want to put you in character, kind of like we did a few weeks ago when you were the AD. And great job, by the way. I still hear about that show. But
Thanks.
I want you this morning for a second to be Jim Harbaugh. So you're not Marcus Ray, you're Jimmy, and you have Michigan coming at you, but you also have an array of NFL opportunities that are seemingly on the horizon. Marcus, give me your take on what the considerations are, and what would pull you in one direction versus the other.
If I'm Jim Harbaugh right now, and I'm looking at the big picture of everything, I'm looking at my age, first of all, and I'm saying, I'm 50 years old, and I'm in a prime time position in my life to coach at the highest level. I've had a small taste of coaching in a Super Bowl and 3 opportunities to be in a NFC championship. It's one of those things where he has to consider a pro coach only goes back down to college when he has to. So I'm thinking, if I'm Jim Harbaugh, do I have to take Michigan? And if I do take it, why am I doing it? Am I doing it because I want to coach there, or am I doing it because they need me? And I know I played at Michigan. I know the money will be sweet. Do I really want to recruit? But I want to win a Super Bowl. My wife, my family, I think we love the NFL lifestyle. And when I go back to college, I better have a lot of power. I better have a lot of say over doing it my way, almost like a general manager and a head coach. But I know one thing, NFL stands for not for long. So I can be out of here in a few years. I'll always have a job. I honestly believe I can go back to Michigan whenever I feel like it.
So Jim, do you feel like your coaching style would work better at the college level than on the professional level? Do you feel like guys in college, the longevity of guys responding to you in a favorable way is better in college than it would be or will be in the pros?
No, it's all about players. And as far as the NFL, you never know who's going to be on your team from year to year. So those guys are pros. So you're going to get results or you're not. In college, you have time to develop kids, but there are no scholarships in the NFL. I just believe when you have players and the right guys with you coaching, you can win. But you can kind of hand-pick more of your guys in college, obviously. You have the most say versus in the NFL when you have a general manager and an owner and people breathing down your neck, or a certain coordinator comes in. Those guys have to mesh well together. But I think my style of coaching can win on any level. I've proven that. I've yet to produce a true championship, but I think that, it's proven that I can coach quarterbacks. I can win. I can beat top-level teams. My kids are going to play for me. These grown men I coach in the NFL, they're going to love being in my locker room. So my style can win on any level, whether it's at Michigan or whether it's with the New York Jets or any other team in the NFL. It's all about getting results and coaching guys up.
So let me give you a hypothetical, Jim, based on what people are saying is out there. These aren't actual scenarios, but these are rumored scenarios. So I want to qualify them as such. One of the rumored scenarios is, Jim, that you could go to Oakland. You can go to Oakland. That Oakland would fire their GM, Reggie McKenzie. That they would, for starters, offer you $8 million, but would go as high as 10 if that's what it took. They would give you full control, meaning you can make all personnel decisions. They would allow you to handpick your what do you call it, VP or assistant GM, the guy who handles the day-to-day general manager duties, your right hand, so to speak. You can handpick that guy. And word is that, there's a guy that you have, the VP of the Eagles. You handpick that guy. You can bring him with you. What would you find at Michigan? Or I shouldn't say what would you find. Would you find the scenario at Michigan that's being thrown out there? $49 million over X number of years, let's say, 6 or 7, who knows? I don't know the exact time, but it's being thrown out there. And the opportunity to be the guy who, hey, maybe they have a statue of you, right by the tunnel over at the big house if you turn things around in the way that a lot of people are suspecting. Is that worth more to you than the opportunity that I just painted for you in a place like Oakland?
Number one, Oakland is a dead-end job as a coach and as a player. You can't trust the Oakland management. Yeah, they'll give me everything I want for 2 years, and if I don't win, then I'll be on the street too. That's just the way this league goes. But I do love coaching in the NFL. Oakland is a place that it'll be a big challenge. I was a quality control quarterback coach back in 2001. So I did spend some time on that staff and help those guys and Rich Gannon, but you just can't trust Oakland's management right now. I didn't trust it when I coached there. But I do like the Bay Area. I love the entire, East Bay, West Bay, South Bay. Talking about Stanford, San Fran, Oakland, all of that. But I love Ann Arbor too. And for me, it's really not about throwing everything at me. It's about me putting me and my family in the best position for us to be happy. But I want a challenge. I want a real challenge. And I'm torn because Ann Arbor, that's the biggest challenge on my plate right now. Going back to Michigan, turning this thing around. It's just I don't know how long I want to stay there. I mean, will I get bored with it? I mean, there's no doubt I can beat Urban Meyer. I'll beat D'Antonio. I'll even shake Nick Saban's hand in the playoff and slap him in the back like I did Schwartz. That means nothing to me. But what I will say is I love coaching in this league. And so if I leave the NFL, I would like to return someday. Maybe I can win a national championship and a Super Bowl before I'm 65 as a coach multiple times. I am the top competitor in all of college coaching and professional coaching. I'm Jim Harbaugh. It's in my blood, and I want to win, and I showed it as a player. But you know what, though, Sam? I think that I'm going to pray about this. I'm going to let God lead me, and I believe if my family and everything is on the table in my favor and all the terms are right, I'm going to end up in Ann Arbor. And I have to do this for my alma mater. And then once I do this for you, Michigan, don't expect me to stay there 15 years. I have unfinished business in the NFL at some point.
Jim, I think most fans are good with that. I think most fans are good with that. If the unexpected happens, at least here in Ann Arbor, I'm going to have you put on a different hat. See, because you're a man of many different hats, Marcus. You can change hats in an instant. So take off your Jimmy hat. I didn't mean that.
Yeah, I didn't get to the dump button in time. I don't know what to do here. Should we take a break and come back for the second half?
Let's take a break. Let's take a break and come back.
I'm going to throw this to break now. Sam has lost his mind. This is the Michigan Insider. We'll get back to Marcus Ray on the other side here. Sports Talk 1050 WTK. All hats will remain on.